Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing exponential per player capitals on the 47 Ronin map. We're playing as a green player out of the 4th position. And I have 1 point hold potential here, but I have to imagine pink goes on this 2. So we're eyeing this 3 over here, I think, as far as routing goes. Give me some access to the middle, some access to the right-hand side. A little bit undercutting access to the left. I could also go on this 4 here. Pink does not go there. Oh, this isn't a 1 point hold. I misread where the blizzard was. So I don't want to go here, even with black and red after me. I think there's too much risk behind a cap spot there anyway. So the question then becomes, what's more valuable to me? This line of pathing here or this line over here? And I think this spot's actually not out of the question either in Palace Chambers for that +4. If this 4 was here on the 2 instead, that might be nice. We are going to go here. I like this the most. I think this gives me the fewest degrees of separation from the most parts of the or the greatest number of positions on the board. So the blizzards are actually super unimpactful in this particular game, with the blizzard back here basically being useless, this one in here basically useless, and this one on the right hand side, other than forcing some pathing through this orange territory, mostly useless in that regard. So that's very interesting that they're not super impactful. Playing with fog and blizzards, we got automated bots, exponential per player carts, so we're trading 5, 7, 10, 13, 17, 23, 30, 39, and so on. Basically 1.3 times the previous number. Orange was in here. That makes sense why pink didn't go there. And that is going to be how the trades go. If you get eliminations, you increase your chances of winning, honestly, because you get those extra cards that push you ahead of your opponents. So nobody goes top left here. I thought we might get white. Well, not white, obviously. I thought red might go on the 2 here, maybe on the 3. 3 is not a bad cap on this board. Let's see what the pink player does. I don't like the troop distribution in the middle here. I think it's a bit strange. I don't understand putting troops on both of these spots. Absolutely hammers whoever is on Sukatake. They started with 5 troops, so that is probably somebody else's capital. Let's see what white gets here. What? They lost all 5 of those troops. And then fortify off. They fortified away from that position. So maybe it wasn't a capital, in which case, why are you slamming a giant stack? And also, why not put all of the troops on one spot together? I don't like the way that the pink player played that. I'm already a little bit under the impression that they may not be the strongest opponent we've got available to us. So certainly an interesting situation for us there. I'm going to hit orange out of this position, but we're going to weasel our way over to the right slowly. I don't think I need to take the bonus on turn 1. Orange will have a turn 1 bonus, and that is pretty much it at this point. White might have this. White may end up holding this. Black doesn't get hit on their capital. They still hold. Maybe it was red. I don't. It may very well have not been a capital at all. Black comes out of the woodwork out of the back here and knocks red's material out of there. So maybe that would explain rather where the red player is capped and why. Nope, nope. Please don't. Dude. Come on. What a waste. There was just no reason to put your troops there. What a waste. They put everything there, too. That's so frustrating. Brought the 5 in here thinking that this material was just going to be abandoned. Yikes. I mean, at that point, like, that's why you're hitting the 5. I don't get why people do this. You already see a 3 here, and you had no vision over here of any of the of this territory or this territory. I don't know why you would assume committing that many troops away from your capital is a wise choice. Looks like black may have broken orange. Unless orange just doesn't have the middle like I thought they did. Oh, this is going to end poorly for somebody as well. Now red's saying, oops. I mean, I'm going to full send to the left here. If red is in this bonus over here, I'm not going to feel too bad about it. It looks like pink is slow rolling that orange material that we saw. Although orange fortified into here, right? So orange was still in here. I don't know. I don't really understand that distribution by red. There's a very real possibility that white ends up breaking me anyway. I hope not. They've got the 4 here. They're getting 10, so they actually have extra. They have 12 or more territories somehow. Please go into orange here. Easy peasy, hopefully. Otherwise, we're going to struggle here. And I fear that nobody has the means of dealing with white right now, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm going to hit red out of here. I am not going to hit black. I don't want red down there at all. Nah, I mean, once you blast 5 of my troops, I'm trying to understand the thought. I get it. You got a 4 here. You want your 4 removed. But the issue with that position is if you see me, all right, I have a way to break this down. I have a way to break this down of why I don't think that play by red was very good, regardless of the amount of troops that you have over here. This is a 4. You know you have to hit a 3, which you could lose upwards of 4, even 5. 5 is rare, but potentially 4 troops if you get bad dice. So if you even put 3 troops here to make this a 7, you're then hitting a 3 where you could lose that many troops. And then you have to keep going to finally get your material out. Like if red is seemingly in one of these 2 positions, they then have to get that material out of there, and they're not hitting me anymore because I don't think their cap's very strong. I mean, they're going to have an 8 on cap where white has to potentially hit them. It looks like orange has their bonus in the middle and is now just full hitting pink, which is kind of funny. Pink bails. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, if pink hadn't slow rolled orange here, I don't think orange would have done that. There is the risk of white breaking me over here, but if white breaks me, I break them right back, right? So I don't think that's going to end very well for them. I'm pretty okay with doing that as long as I break here. It just breaks over and over again. So here's the interesting thing. Back to the explanation of red. If you've got a 4 here, to get it, so they're capped over here on Sunanari, and they didn't have any of these territories in here. So you're going to have to hit 1, 2, 3, 4 additional territories that then you're leaving a 1 behind that. If you see me capped here, you have to assume I'm playing for this bonus that I'm capped within. Players don't always play for the bonuses that they're capped within, but you have to assume that that is what I am doing. And with that assumption, pink actually took a card, and then pink actually came back after the bot played there. So they may lose their capital and then quit again anyway. Yeah, there it is. There's the quit. Not surprised. Did black held, right? We let black hold because I didn't think that was a big deal if I did. I'm gonna roll a 7 on 4 here. Loses 3. Interesting. I mean, at this rate, I should just hit black, right? I'm not trying to start a fight with red. I understand that this starts a fight with black, but this is the easiest card I had, and I want to defend my cap in case white does something silly over here. But the reason, so I'm using what's at my disposal, right? And maybe red even does that, where they put all of their troops, they land everything on capital. And then see, hit orange here. He does. Okay. Does he break me? No. I mean, a rather fair play by red, albeit maybe not a good one. Because what's stopping me from just holding against them, I'm not really sure. Orange gets 8. Pink is still botted. But the thing is I would almost just slow roll pink out of here with the 4. Adding here, I think, is really risky. Not even risky. It's just guaranteed you have already lost 3 troops because I'm capped here. You're then gonna roll. I'm gonna roll through these either way and take them. Which begs the question, like, what's the point? You know, is pink going to be down to 3 here? Because if I can capture the pink elimination, yeah. So I think red may have this bonus now. We'll actually get some good information. If pink's back here, pink bot will hit through white. White could potentially play for that elimination. Pink could also be anywhere. We'll see. If white has inner garden and outer garden, then it could be on garden path here, which we would theoretically have pathing into. It's going to come down to, does red have the bonus over here? If they don't, is this where pink emerges from? But yeah, anyway, I'll think about pink in a second. With red, you're already going to lose 3 of those troops that you put here, or that you try to play off of. You should just take the cards that are available to you if you're too far from your cap, and in this case, they are 1, 2, 3, 4 territories from capital. That's kind of a play it one at a time move. I don't think adding to it does any good, because then you're running the risk of, well, you're not even running the risk. You're going to lose the troops that are on those territories, and then you're running the risk of losing more by hitting through stuff, which is kind of exactly what happened. If we go back to red's first turn, if I still have it here, they lost 3 on a 3 and 4 on a 5, so they burned 7 troops right away, and then barely had any left. White does get 14 troops. I don't think the 6 feels like protection. I don't really anticipate getting broken. We don't actually see where pink hits, though. This is bad. Yeah. Nope. Well, you know what? Give white the benefit of the doubt. If he breaks me again, Joker's huge. I'm not going to re-break. A re-break, I don't think is the right way to play this. Orange broke black. Interesting. So orange did all that and then breaks black, and black does not properly retaliate there. Very interesting. Red gets 5, so pink may actually be down in here. Prostrate, so not prostate, but prostrate riddle. Very weird name. Did they not take a card? Hello? Sir? No, they did. Orange gets 10. So middle bonus, double capital. They do not have courtyard. So they may have even buttered pink up for an extra card up here. I don't anticipate white hitting me again now that he's discovered my cap here. They did not know my cap was here, I don't believe. I think it was red, pink, and I already had this territory. So I think it was just red and pink that knew I was here, and then orange discovered it, right? So I don't think retaliation is necessarily the best choice right away. Now I want to see what happens with pink here, because if pink is on Takashige up here in the top left, which we don't know yet, right? We don't know where the remainder of pink is. I'm kind of hoping it's here. And I may even want to knock white out of that position in case pink is there. At this point, hunting this elimination is probably my best bet. On 5 cards, don't love the 9 here. But to get myself this far ahead would be pretty good. So white's trade in. I thought this 3 would roll over. I need to confirm that pink's not up here. Was up there. Orange has like nothing on this capital. I absolutely could have taken that. Yukitaka or Hidekazu? Let's see. Where do those land? Definitely taking Yukitaka. That lands on my capital up there. Or, well, on my capital stack, rather. So orange does not have a lot on cap. Wondering if black discovers this. So super risky play. White was kill guarding pink. I don't know why white didn't take that elimination. I mentioned earlier rolling a 7-on-3 and losing 4, and lo and behold, we rolled a 7-on-3 and lost 4. Which is so sad, but we managed to win the slow roll 2-on-1. I would have been devastated not to get that. Especially because orange, well, it would have been some effort for orange to try to get there. But orange, who again, I can't understand why this cap is the one that is weakly defended. Black did break them, though. Black retaliated there. So everything here. Wait, they only got 5. Black took the capital from them. Black has the cap in the middle here. Yeah, buddy, you may have messed that up. Orange is not looking too hot here. White has also been fully removed from top left, which is really interesting. I'm not even sure I should have a presence over there. I have a trade in without the Joker. And we're letting white get a lot of troops, but white is, I mean, you can see this. This is nearly 40 troops off cap. Now it is 40 troops off cap. And they're going to step into here, and that's fine and expected. I was hoping they wouldn't hit me again there. I almost want them to hit here to open me up to take the orange elimination. I think it's in my best bet. Nobody can really eliminate me here. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to allocate my trade elsewhere on the next turn. So I think it's in my best interest to kind of play a little passively here and almost hope that black goes for orange here and fails. Black should have the juice to be able to eliminate orange. I'm not sure why orange doesn't have that many troops. I can't imagine they hit pink that hard, but maybe they did. It really comes down to, does black roll into orange right away here? 3 caps take this spot. Looks like they're going to play it kind of slow. Red traded last turn to give them a +2 here. I don't anticipate red trying to break me. So orange is capped, or actually I think this is pink's original here. I think orange is capped in the bonus here. And this was pink's, and that's why orange rolled it. Which honestly is the orange player. Well, as the pink player, I question why, if you knew orange was in here, would you cap in front of them on this side with no access to the bonus instead of sharing the bonus with them here and just irritating them, knowing that you had material on the other side to then roll into them on your first turn. I don't know. Orange trades, so we don't see any of this activity either, which means they likely just head up into this way towards white. Now, I'm on a set, and again, we are 5 cards ahead of my opponents. That's how you have to think of these exponential games. You can't think of them as actual trade. The trade order no longer really matters. You have to think of it as me being 5 cards ahead. We eliminated pink bot for 5 cards. That is how far we are ahead of all of our opponents. Or in the case of black and red, because we hit before them, technically we're 6 cards ahead because we act first. Now, gave me a +2 here. I've got a really chunky cap if anybody's willing to open me. I'm going to leave orange there in the hopes that somebody plays aggressively into them in the middle of the board. And then we can take the elimination there. I'd almost love it if black got active. He's going to hit me. I would love it if he hit white too, knowing that he's got a bit of a troop event, and he does. Wow. I think he just broke white. which is probably not the player you want to be aggressing right now. White, I think, still total troop count is stronger than me. So, probably not the person you want to be messing with. I do at some point here. It looks like Red's going to play for this bonus top left. We'll see. Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, we'll see if... I was going to say if Black would break here, but if Red never takes the bonus, then there's no motivation for Black to try to break. I may want to start stacking out here in prep for an elimination. Okay, White, never mind. Black doubled back to the right. I thought Black broke White. They did not break White. They hit that spot in front of the orange capital. I do want to leave orange over here in case Black goes for the elimination on them. Gotta hope that White doesn't notice that happens. 15 here makes me a little bit nervous, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I actually plan on leaving this here, pulling these troops back. Because I likely have the strongest singular capital on the board. The question then becomes, can I get orange's capital here? Because I think even with likely the original orange cap and the black player's cap now on Mitsukaze here, I still think the orange cap is actually a better position on this board. I think it's a more favorable position for me. And you almost hope that black just plays aggressively into orange. I'm getting to a point where I'm going to accidentally card block myself because I let red remove me top left instead of trading with them, but I don't think it's a big deal. Knowing that I have a set in the back pocket if I need it, and red actually just broke broke black. Broke Black Mountain. I don't really know, like, that's definitely a punchline to a joke, if anybody's familiar with that movie. But I didn't actually make the joke. So I don't know. I don't know. So white's trade. And again, white's trading for the 7. Our next trade's for the 13. We're essentially 1 2/3 trades ahead of our opponents. That's the easiest way to think of it with the 5-card gain. And if we can get orange as well, we potentially are even further ahead on that. And the thing is at this point with with orange getting next to nothing, kind of baiting them into hitting me. And this is the unfortunate thing about red hitting black, is that black is just going to go hit red. And we could have been in this scenario where black is hitting orange here instead. My hope, maybe more accurately, my want, is for orange to open up my cap over here off of this position. Because at this point, I don't really see a reason, with how strong my capital is, I don't see a reason not to just stack on them. And this is why black's potential over retaliation into red here is starting a fight between them. And it's why I need white to potentially get aggressive into orange, or orange to make a mistake. Like if orange slams my 13 and accidentally opens up my capital, that's easy elimination on them. And we know that they don't have any material outside of this side of the board, this side of red and black, because black had double capital with the +5/+3 in the middle of the board. So I don't really have any incentive not to stack on them. Here they come to open me. And there's a trade in, which is something. It's exactly what I like. Orange doesn't realize this is exactly what I wanted. The question I have is, did red sack into black? I don't know. But I wanted my cap open, and now I have a card here. I do wonder how heavy red went into black again. Because if they broke this bonus, they opened the cap.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
That's okay. Because if I can get white to take his card, this is actually okay. If I step out of the way here, and I get white to take that card on the next turn, then I have the pathing I need into orange. So I leave that there. We have we have the other Joker. We have both Jokers now, which obviously I'm not going to trade in willingly. But I'm also opened up to red. So what? Oh, he just stepped. He didn't even break, or he didn't even retake either of his bonuses. He just broke. All he did was just break red, and that was that. If either, black's probably going to be too difficult to eliminate. If red goes to 5 cards, I can't help but go for them. Even them on 4 cards right now. This is exactly what we want. I may even break red here to try to bait them. Because orange has given us the pathing. Orange has 30-something troops on capital. We do want that middle capital, but I don't... Well, now that I'm open to them, though... Leaves the 5 there. That's strange. So here's the curious question I have. Now that I am open to orange, what downside is there to just waiting until they get to 3 or 4 cards and then going to eliminate them? Probably not much. I don't like that. I think hoping he doesn't have a trade on 3 may be the best way to do it. There's one of, well, now I've now closed my pathing off into red, right? So I no longer, that is no longer an option. We're now fully aboard the orange boat. I'd have a guaranteed elimination. He's got 40 total troops here. A guaranteed elimination on this player right now. With them on 3 cards. We would trade in off of that, but I almost would want to... We'd trade in and be left on 5. Or no, we'd be left... Yeah, we'd trade in and be left on 5. 2. Just 2? 3. 4. There's also black on 5. Who's been quarreling with red, but I think they probably have reasonably well defended capitals. Yeah. I don't really care about white stacking on me over here. It doesn't do anything. It's kind of a non-factor. Oh, this could be interesting though. We may have to go for this now. We may have to go for this now. White has already traded in again. It's the 5. That makes life easier for me. I mean, that's just extra troops I don't have to hit. White has made an informed decision. Okay. I have a specific way I want to do this. $34. What do I think black has? I can always wrap around, right? $32. Yeah, let's do it.
This is fine. This is fine. This is fine.
Might have been risky to do that, but I'm gonna give this capital up over here. As long as I survive here, I'll be fine. I went for black there because black gets me, again, 5 more cards. As long as I live. He hit here, he does hit here. So this is the end of orange here. The risk here is that either white or orange has a trade on 3. Fortunately, orange goes first. Orange knows I just set in. If they roll me, they lose. But if they don't roll me, I hold this. And I likely get 4 cards off of them. Split here is not wise. I don't even have this bonus. The more they're splitting off here, the easier it is for me to eliminate them. I'm on 4. Oh, wow. This is such a bad play. I don't really care that they take this. Which they couldn't help themselves, right? I fear... Here's what I fear. I fear white tries to eliminate orange right now. Oh, that was... No, that still gets them eliminated. White's trade is for 13. Mine is for 30. If I can eliminate orange, I'll get even more. You gotta hope they don't send enough at the 5 here. Because I think they're gonna try to eliminate orange. Does he have enough to hit this, though? Is he gonna hit the 5? He hits the 5. It continues through here. Does he hit red? He does hit red. Does he break red? He breaks red. Okay. Do I just say screw it and hit the 5, or do I wrap around? I essentially need to go for orange here. And I hold a decent amount. Is this stack enough to hit orange? Or do I go through that? I think I have to do this. I think I have to try. I got awful dice there, by the way. But trades me in again. We trade this. He doesn't have a set, so I can afford to put like 25 here. And this should be retaliation by red. And if I get a dude... So I see these 30s. We don't get a dude, but as long as we live, which is... There's a risk here. My hope is that red goes into white. I've been surprisingly a good neighbor to red for much of this game. Maybe more than I should have been. He's not, I don't think, going to retaliate in the way that I want him to. He does get not... Oh, okay. He gets not... Yeah, 4 in the cap, right? And then he's just going to weasel out through here and knock white out of here. So white's still getting the same bonuses as before. I don't actually care if he rolls a cap. I just need him not to be able to fully eliminate me. And I probably win the game. And this is why exponential per player is such a powerful mode. I mean, you roll this, that's fine. Wow, he even just straight fails it. He's going to swing around now to come take this. But I'll still hold the middle. I mean, you can have this. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I know he won't have a trade-in. I don't know where white is capped, right? So because I don't know where white is capped, I don't actually think it's in my best interest to go searching right now. I really don't. I don't even know what's up here. I know, okay. Like white could be here. I don't want to even try to break the bonus. I will break this bonus here. So here's why I do this. Oh, he actually defended that. Well played. That was a surprising fortify in that position. We have a dude, so we get to basically replenish all of the troops that we just lost very soon. And red is going to turn on me here. The red player is going to betray me. I've been a good neighbor this whole time. And red is going to turn on me. No! Okay, not a full turn. Not a full turn on. All right. I will take it. If we don't see white place anything over by us, then maybe he breaks red. I've been good to red. At this point, I just prioritize cap defense because I'm trading so much more than my opponents. I actually, now we're at the point where aggression is bad. And white hits red, which is good for us because red will be mad at white. And now he's opened up the capital for some reason. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Because I don't think white's going to get away with whatever just occurred. But at this point, with well, white could be on a trade-in. 35. 30. I'm going to sneak this bonus, I think. 20 up there, sure. At this point, I should just play for my next trade. That was my stabilizing trade to get myself, because again, I took eliminating orange and eliminating black. It costs a lot, right? I got really, really bad dice. I mean, we lost like 60, nearly 60 troops hitting, or maybe it wasn't quite that, but 50 troops hitting, 50 plus troops hitting orange. And we didn't get great dice on black either. Now he did just open up the cap white took from me, which if he's well defending it, he can still make a play. It's getting 21 a turn though. Red didn't break where he needed to break. But the problem is white is making an enemy. Which maybe he needs to. White really needed to work with red against me. If he had worked with red against me, I think he may, you know, and the game's not over, but I think if white worked with red against me instead of actively working against, well, first actively working against me and then actively working against red. Like if I get to a trade-in, the issue for white here is my trades are right now like triple what theirs are. I don't know what their last set was. I'm unsure what their last trade was, but my trades are far and away, and I have another one much, much higher than what they're getting. They may not even be out of the teens yet with their trade-ins, and I'm already up to 67 with a trade on 3. And Kevin Diaz, if you're watching, I don't want to see the comment with the timestamp of me saying the word 67. That's not the same thing as the stupid meme. It's not the same. I think red's cap is too big, by the way. I don't think I have the troops to be able to take red out. Yeah, so there's white's trade was for 17 plus 2. And we are on 67. So basically, this player is going to get the business here pretty soon. Now, I don't think I actually want to trade yet. I don't, with red not open to me, I actually think holding my trade until I'm consistently on 3 cards is going to be a better choice for me long term here. Because red's getting 11. Red is getting 11. That's just territory count, right? They trade in again. Their trade also for that 17. And if white wants to keep hitting red, I mean, that's fine. But I want to be able to trade and trade again so that if I have a set now, if we get the Joker and I'm hitting white, I hit white and then we hit white again, back-to-back turns. There's not a lot coming back from that. It's just a matter of patience. Because I've gotten those 3 eliminations early, we got pink on 5. So we got pink on 5, we got black on 5, and we got orange on 4. We are 14 cards ahead of my opponents in the per player situation here. So much so that this guy's breaking me with this amount of material over here. Not going to end well for you, friend. Like, I don't really think they realize that, which is fine. I'd rather surprise them anyway. Is he going to hit me? White let him hold an extra bonus there. He didn't have better cards, and now he thinks he's going over here to break. What he did just do, though, is he just opened the red player. I'm into the end game with red here. Red doesn't realize how much they've helped me in this game. They made that play early, and you guys are probably like, "See, money, you were trash talking to red player earlier. They made that play where you didn't like." And they did. They made a play that I didn't like. I didn't fully understand it. I didn't think it was a good use of troops, and it proved not to be, right? Because they lost a lot of troops hitting through us. But what I like far better is the nuisance player, like white, the guy that's your little thorn in your side. The moment that the game gets a little interesting for them, where they start poking and prodding, they don't want to let you hold the bonuses. They didn't end up breaking me here until they stole my capital, but they stole my capital, and I don't forget that stuff, right? Like, black shouldn't have forgotten what I did when I broke them with that 3 earlier. Granted, it was the easiest card that I had. White is not going to like how this ends for them because red has been good to me. I don't have any beef with red. I've got a lot of beef with white now, and they're not going to like what comes from this. So I do close my cap off with that play. We get a Joker on 3. We get a Joker on 3. But you see, he's got 90 troops on his capitals. I've got that many on my own capital, and he's been getting, double the amount of troops per turn that I have. I've been getting 12. White's been getting 23. And if white opened red up to this 51 here, I mean, I don't mind red doing this. So we see red. This is what I thought. I thought red had too strong of a capital. This is what I'm curious about here. Does red roll the 40? If red rolls the 40, both these players instantly lose. Granted, players not hunting the eliminations early. I think white was wow. I think white was well positioned earlier in this game to eliminate orange. If those troops that they had were better aiming at orange, they could have easily taken that elimination. They chose not to. I mean, now it's curtains, right? Red's going to have a set. Theoretically speaking, red's the easier elimination here. But he is still trying to take a bonus here. Is he just going to double slam out? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Although he didn't have any view of this, so he doesn't know that he didn't actually know the fortify didn't go through. And he seemingly has White seemingly got troops elsewhere. I think red may have lost that capital. At this point, I guarantee you white is going to break me here. If they have enough time. If they notice. Sorry, you're not holding this. You've betrayed the trust of many. And we do not vibe with that. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm being patient here. I didn't want to set in yet because I wanted red to do whatever they're going to do, because whatever they're going to do is probably going to involve making it easier for me to eliminate white. And I know I don't love players playing for second. Well, I should rephrase. How much did red get off that set? 25? I don't think white slammed this. I think white has the opportunity to eliminate red here. I'll put it that way. If it's been a balanced game between everybody and I'm dominating and the other person just full beeline sacks into the other guy, I don't normally like that very much. And I've said this before that I don't like that very much. But there is something to be said about a player. He doesn't realize red's knocked out of here. At the end of the day, I think white, despite being a nuisance, played a better game than red. And as such, I mean, I'm going to cap run here anyway, right? Red did kind of sack out into them. Red was a good neighbor, though. I don't know. I don't really know who to give second place to here. Red was a good neighbor for the most part, other than the weird decision early on. But they kind of full sent knowing that they were playing for second. I think at the end of the day, white played a better game. Holding their bonuses, kind of being the thorn in the side. It does work. And, well, either way, the game's got to end somehow. Oh, white flagged. Well, I wish the flagging thing was permanent. I didn't realize he flagged. If I had noticed he flagged, I would have eliminated him first. Anyway, let's see if we can't quickly world dom. Oh, wait, I can't. I can't world dom. I shouldn't have taken that capital. Oh, well, everybody's gone. If they fixed the flagging thing where flagging actually made you get the place you flagged out in, red would have gotten second, but unfortunately, white, I think that had a bug associated with it, so they had to roll it back. We win. I'm happy we won. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's check the ranks of our opponents. Expert on black, triple intermediate, white, orange, red, and then beginner on pink. Not super surprised by that one. Exponential per player, everybody. Rewards the eliminations. And I was in a position where, I mean, white, that was the one mistake, big mistake white made. White had the elimination on pink, didn't take it. 5 free cards, honestly. Know the card settings you're playing now, guys. There's so many combos that are available. Regardless, I hope you all enjoyed. As I mentioned before, like and subscribe. As always, everybody, I've been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.